Wrong button. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to, well, this is going to be a basics, but this is also what I consider to be the best single-player settings that you can play with currently on Ark. There are a few different things. Matter of fact, there's going to be two different types of settings. I'm going to put timestamps, or I'm going to put the time up on the screen to let you guys know exactly where the different settings are, because there's going to be two different flavors of it that you're going to need to know. The first one is going to be the one I use, and this is the one I've used for the last probably about year. It's the one that I've been recording my series with. I really enjoy these settings. These settings have worked out quite well for me. They allow you to do quite a bit of stuff and allow you to do things in generally a kind of a faster manner. It doesn't buff the quality of dinos that you get. It doesn't buff the quality of loot that you get, although you can do that, and I will explain how to do that. I just don't like doing it. But then again, I also record series on my YouTube channel that, well, they're basically just, they're designed so where people on Xbox and PS4 and PC and Switch and all those can actually, they can relate to. And then that way there, so I don't change up any of the how the dinos work. I just change up how fast it is. More designed for people who want to play single player, want to get into the thick of the game, want to enjoy it, want to enjoy the challenge of Ark, because Ark can be really, really challenging if you let it, but they don't want to be overpowered with, well, basically overpowered dinosaurs, because that's not fun. I mean, some people consider it to be fun. I am not one of them. All right, so let's pop in here. Let's do this. All right, so to start off, well, here in this, for the first time, people who are setting up their single-player game, you'll notice that all of your save games are right here. Now, this little button right here, this will delete your save game. Never, ever, ever delete that unless you want to start over from scratch. All right, now that that's out of the way, here's where your active mods go. I rarely ever, if ever, play with mods on my single player. You can totally play with mods. If you do have mods, these are actually for my servers that I use for my, when I'm playing with people. If you want to use mods, all you do is just take this, you click on this, and then you pop it up here. All right, and then order actually does matter when it comes to setting up your mods, so, all right. Okay, so starting off over here on the left, let's go with difficulty level. This right here will determine just how tough your dinos are, the quality of loot, everything. I play with max difficulty level because I like to have the challenge of it. You can play with whichever one you want, but these are the settings that I prefer. All right, so difficulty level there, dino damage, player damage, structure damage, all these are, I haven't messed with any of these. Now, normally when I'm starting off a beginning game, I will actually turn XP modifier down to either 0.5 or 0.25 because I really enjoy the early game, which means I like to have the early game go longer and longer because I find that is just the most exciting part of the game. I don't do loot runs that go around and get you tons of XP really fast right from the get-go, just because I think that it propels you too fast into the end game, and I really don't prefer that. A lot of people will do that, but if you're looking for videos like that, I'm sure you can find videos on YouTube. I'm not going to do one because, frankly, I don't enjoy those. All right, so with XP modifier, I set it down to 0.25 or 0.5, and then I leave it until I probably hit about level 70, 75, and then I'll put it at 1. That way there I can slowly just kind of level up as I'm going, get into level 100 as I'm getting ready to beat the bosses and stuff, because in order to fight the bosses, you need to be a certain minimum level, and for alphas, you generally have to be level 100. So, at a certain time, I will up to that to 1.0. Taming speed, I use 3.0 taming speed because I think that's actually a really good mix between not super fast, like you give one measure berry and then they stand straight up, but also allows you to, you know, kind of sit and enjoy the stuff. All right, harvest amount. Well, here, let's go down like this. Dino harvesting damage. Harvest amount. This right here will usually hang between 2 and 3. My preferred one is 2, but 3 gives you that nice bit where you just kind of enjoy it. Yeah. It's good. There are certain public servers where you can get all the way up to 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, 3.0 really doesn't bug me. It gives you, it makes it where you still have to grind stuff, but it takes a lot less time to grind everything. Okay, all these, I haven't changed any of these. Allowed third-person camera. This one is kind of important if you want to actually be able to see your character. Yeah, just check that and you'll be fine. Voice chat, these really aren't very important. Notify player left, anything like that, because you're playing single player. All right, notify player joined. Sure, I have that checked. I don't know why. I never play with additional people in my single player game, but yeah. Enable crosshair. Very important if you want to be able to actually see the crosshair on the screen. This is the check mark that enables it. I think it's good. All right, let's see. None of these are checked. PvE mode. Now, there's a big, huge difference between PvP mode and PvE mode. PvE mode allows you to pick up, it means that you don't have cryo timers when you throw out a cryopod. But also, it makes it so where when you're breeding, it's a lot harder to kill off the excess babies and stuff. So it's kind of a mix between whether you want to be able to breed really fast and not have to deal with the trauma of having to shoot baby Thylacoleo in the face 5 times before it dies while it sits there and looks at you sad, or having no timers on your cryopods. That's kind of what you have to decide. Yeah, that is what it is. All right, so let's see. Show player map on, or show map player location. This right here is very important. Is when you open up your map, you see that it has the little arrow on it that designates where your character is. If you want that, this is how you get it. All right, the other ones I don't have any of these set up. Let's see, maximum difficulty. I have this set up because it forces the max dino spawn to be level 150 regardless of which map you're on. Because some maps, the general max is 120. So, yeah, if you want to have 150 across the board, you need to have this checked. All right, enable PvP Gamma. Honestly, I don't know why I have this checked, but it's because I'm not playing in PvP mode. All right, use single player settings. Now, this right here is where we're going to veer off into one different types of settings and the other different types of settings. I'm going to continue on as if we do not have this one checked for now. All right, use corpse locator. I like to be able to find my corpse when I die, so I think this one is rather important. Use, let's see, disable structure placement collision. This right here means so where when you place something like a foundation and you want a ramp to come down off the foundation, and then, or stairs come down off the foundation, and you want to be able to pop up to it without jumping, if it's clipping into certain parts of the ground, it won't snap unless if you have this checked. So make sure you have this checked if you're really big time into building and you like to have, you know, rather good looking builds, because building in some treacherous places, you just can't do it if you don't have this checked. All right, allow, let's see, allow unlimited respecs. What this does is normally when you're playing the game, if you level up, say if you're level 70, and you respec, you eat a mind wipe tonic and you respec, you can't respec again until you hit level 71, and then you can eat another mind wipe tonic, and then for the remainder of 71, you won't be able to respec again until you hit level 72, and then you can eat another mind wipe. This one right here allows you to just eat a mind wipe whenever you want. So I think it's rather important. It is kind of cool. All right. All the other ones, it's pretty much up to you as to whether or not you want to allow flyer speed leveling. I don't have it checked just so where my game is a little bit more relatable to people on public servers, because they generally don't have that. But, you know, it's up to you. It's really, do you want to be able to level up your flyers, your Argents, your Tronodons, in the speed category, that's the check mark that you do it. I don't have it checked because, really, I don't want to do it. All right, so now we go into the advanced ones. All right, so now these, for the most part, they're not that... This is the ones where you don't really need to mess with them too much unless you really know what you're doing, or unless you really want to have certain things kind of really fine-tuned. And the advanced section is where you do that. All right, so, disable Pve Gamma. This, if you don't want to have Pve Gamma, but you are playing on PvE mode, this is the way you do that. And allow cave building in PvE. I have that checked because sometimes I want to be able to showcase some sort of building inside caves. I think it's important. But also, if you're playing by yourself in single player, and if you want to, say, like, build a bridge across some of the structures inside the Cave of the Massive on the island, this is what you check for that, because, trust me, those can actually help out quite a bit. All right, allow flyer carry PvE. This allows your Argents to pick up wild dinos. Make sure you have that checked. Yes. All right, that is if you're playing in PvE mode. If you're playing in PvP mode, it doesn't matter. Okay, so down further a little bit more. Prevent diseases. I do not have that checked because I think some diseases are funny, but prevent diseases, I have that checked because I don't want to have a permanent disease that persists through death, because I think that's it's more of a public server kind of thing where I just don't really want to have to deal with the thing. I would encourage you not to have that checked either. All right, I do not have cave flyers. That's also a personal preference. If you want to be able to fly your dinos through the cave on absolute easy mode, go ahead and click that. Let's see. Override structure platform prevention. This right here is if checked, turrets and spikes can be built and operated on platform saddles. Yeah, there are certain things that mean that you cannot put on top of platforms. And this right here, it means that, hey, yeah, you can build whatever you want to on there. All right, this right here, I don't have PvP, so really that's not a big deal. Yeah, you can uncheck that if you're in PvP mode and you want to be able to spawn more often than a few times. All right, so here we get down into the nitty-gritty. This is where the numbers are. This is my mating settings. My mating interval. Okay, so poop interval 1, lay egg interval 1. It's standard. Right, mating interval, I have this at 0.1, which means that my dinosaurs can breed a lot faster, well, a lot more often with each other, so where I can do a bunch of videos. Also, it's not such a huge drag. I'm not waiting for days and days and days and days, because when you log off in single player on Ark, the timer stops running. So if you have a standard mating interval, it can literally take you up to a month, depending on your playtime, before you can actually breed 2 Rexes if you've already bred them once. So yeah, it's important that if you want to actually breed a little bit, that you have your mating interval turned down. On breeding heavy episodes that I do, I will actually turn this down to 0. Just 0. But since that's also a null number, it will reset to 1.0 the moment I log out of the game. So I have to go back into it and put 1. And then go like that, or else it'll put it back to a 1.0, which means that my dinosaurs take forever to breed again. So yeah, but that's the only time I ever put that on 0 is on breeding heavy episodes and stuff. But also just know that you're going to have to reset it every time you log in. If you put it down to 0, I just put it down to 0.1, and then it's pretty decent time. It's like 15 minutes in between breed. Not bad. All right, egg hatch speed, 60. Because I have this like that because I do breeding heavy episodes, and I don't want to sit there staring at an egg for a day, 2 days of real in-game time, because I think that's just silly. All right, baby mature speed, the exact same as egg hatch speed, and they just raise up a little bit faster. All right, let's see. These right here, I'm going to kind of shoot down through here a little bit fast until we get down to baby cuddle interval. This right here, with the baby mature speed, all this right here is math, all right? How you figure out the egg hatch speed, the baby mature speed, and then the cuddle interval in relation to them, so where they grow up and you're able to imprint them fully. All right, I've done a lot of testing on this, and then with the 42.5 baby mature speed, you need to have 0.035 if you want to imprint your dinos to 100%. If you're going to go with 42.5, you're going to need to have 0.035 as your cuddle interval. Also, there is a... see, there's another cuddle one down here. We'll get to it here. No, it's on servers. I set up a lot of servers as well. There's another one where you have to set it 1.1, but that's only on servers. All right, daytime speed. This is the next one that I mess with because I prefer to record during the daytime because I think it's better when people can actually see things. I want to have the night, but I do not want to have the night take super long, but I do want to have the day take super long. So the nighttime speed is exactly it. It's vanilla on my nighttime speed. It's a regular night. My daytime is 10 times longer than my nighttime just because I want to have that extra daytime speed. So yeah. All right, And then this right here means that my days move half as fast. So actually my nighttime is twice as long. So yeah, that's the thing. All right, so going all the way down here, I don't change any of these. These are completely up to you if you want to change how fast your crops grow or anything like that. So yeah. All right, so wild dino stats, I do not alter them. Tame dino stats, I do not alter them. Tame dino add per level, I do not alter them. Tame dino stats affinity, I do not alter them. All of these are vanilla. All right, so let's see. Show floating damage text, yes, I have that checked because I like to see how much damage my dinos do. Allow custom recipes, yes, these custom recipes are absolutely amazing. If you're wondering exactly how to make custom recipes, I have quite a few videos. I do one video every season on how to do custom recipes. I love doing them. They're amazing, and yeah, they will really treat you well. All right, allow raid dino feeding. That right there, that's if you want to say tame a Titanosaurus and then be able to keep it alive because their food will constantly drain. I just have that just in case. I haven't tamed one in a while. Also, the Titans on Extinction, if you want them to not die of starvation, then you need to have that one checked as well. All right, all this other stuff, I keep it at exactly vanilla. Yeah, that's, yeah. All right, so that is the best single-player game settings that I know of, the ones that I personally use on my series, and yeah, it basically just increases, it makes it so where it doesn't take as long to do everything, but everything is the exact same quality that you would get on, say, like a public server. It just doesn't take you forever to do it. All right, so hey, let's pop over into the next one, and because the next one is, it's a little bit different. It changes up a few of these settings that you need to do. All right, now the next one that I want to talk about is that little tricky little button that's use single player settings. This button right here. Now what this does, the moment you turn this on, a lot of different things happen. All right, so it changes the difficulty offset of everything. So you have to go back and you have to kind of refiddle everything. So you have to put it down to 1.0 if you want to have the max level dinos. All right, it also changes the XP multiplier. It doubles it. It means this is where you get double as much XP. Also, it changes the taming speed multiplier to, I believe, 2.5. And then also it enables the server crosshair. It shows player map location, enable Pve Gamma, allow flyer carry PvE. It turns all that on. Right. Also, it changes to where it changes the dino stats. It makes it so where wild dinos are weaker and tame dinos are stronger. And so it makes it so where all of your dinos will hit harder, they'll have more hit points, and they'll be able to withstand more damage. And yeah, it's just it's not the same as a public server at all. But a lot of people really do find that that helpful, which is why this is a checkbox in here. Also, I believe it changes the mating interval. It makes it a little bit faster. The egg hatch speed is faster. It's not as fast as how mine is. The baby mature speed is, I believe, a little bit faster than mine. Maybe like 1 point faster, which is not saying very much because it's already super fast. Oh, and it also allows for you to have custom recipes and riderless dinos. And yeah. All right, so, but there's a lot of different things that this right here does. So where if you are looking for a more fast-paced experience on Ark and you want to be able to, I mean, if you like having your dinos and you don't like the risk of losing them, I would encourage you to have this checked. But if you realize that Ark is a challenging game and you want to experience the challenge of the game, then don't have this checked. Because without this checked, things are still rather tough. When you go up against a boss, it's challenging. I mean, you need to prepare properly. If you go up against a boss with single-player settings on, that boss is far less challenging than it was. Because your dinos are now hitting for, I believe, 2.5, 2.5 the, how much they normally would hit for. Or actually, no, I believe it's about 30% more is what it is. Yeah, it's not 2.5. It's like 30% more damage that they do. So, yeah, and also they can take a lot more hits. So if you are just wanting to play Ark and you're just wanting to experience it rather casually, I encourage you, use the single player settings option, and it'll make you have a really good play session. But if you want to experience the challenge, do not check this check mark ever. All right, because once you check it, if you have it like this and you log in, then your dinos will be normal. The moment you check this and you log back in, your dinos are going to be stronger, and they're also going to have their hit points more, so they're going to look bloody for a little bit until you heal them. And then if you log in that way and then you log back out and you uncheck it, all that stuff gets undone, and it looks like everything on your single player game was nerfed. So yeah, I've heard a lot of complaints from a lot of different people that claim that their that all their dinos were nerfed when all they did is uncheck use single player settings. So be aware that can and does and will happen if you start messing with that. All right, so anyway, that's my preferred single player settings that I consider them to be the best because I've put a lot of work into fine-tuning these. I've done the math on all sorts of different things. Plus, also, I've recorded so many episodes with these settings. I really prefer them. I enjoy them. And I just think they're the best, especially when it comes to the breeding. So, hey, I hope this video helps you out. If it did, make sure you click that like button. I really appreciate it. If you're new around here, subscribe. And until next time, this is Phlinger Phoo, and take it easy, everybody.